Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Hey, hi, it's Thursday. It's Thursday. Thirsty Thursday. This is exciting.
Thursday.
Here we are, live at last. Well, we've been live for a while. There you go. So what are we doing today, Mr. Smith?
Gin.
And, okay, that's what we do on Thursdays. You might want to turn that sound down, otherwise we can hear ourselves. It's been annoying. Why we do gin on the first Thursday of every month. And what are we doing today, though?
London dry gins. From London.
Because we've just been there.
Not just pretend London dry gins, but real ones, mate.
Actually, that's interesting. So London Dry is actually a style, isn't it?
Yes.
Right. But these ones are London Dry gins from?
London.
London. There you go. So there was not a lot happening in London when we were there because there was a dead queen. You know how things go.
Oh, there was a lot happening.
There was a lot happening.
Everything to do with QE too.
Marmalade sandwiches, all of that sort of hoopla. Anyway, enough of that. Or
Oh,
more
no,
of that another day. Anyway.
We can bore everyone with it right now.
Oh, no, I think we should bore them all about individually. The story just gets bigger and better. So today we're doing 3 different London dry gins. We are doing the Jensen's, the Haymans, and the East London. Why are we doing these ones?
Because they're good ones and they're interesting.
Now, some people would think that interesting and London dry are phrases not to be used in the same sentence. Please explain.
Okay, well, I'm probably guilty of this more than anybody else. I've been saying it for 20 years. Like, these are London dry gins. They're all the bloody same. They use the same 5 botanicals. You're hard to pick one from the other. Blah, 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 blah. But these ones...
They do taste different from each other.
But they don't taste all the same. They're not all just clones of Tanqueray, so...
No.
Which is good.
In fact, they came before Tanqueray. Some of them.
Well, yes and no.
Anyway, okay.
So each has a different story. Anyway, we'll just keep talking until we get somebody on. Hey, I've got Lisa Carey on. Hello, Lisa.
Hello, Lisa. How are you? Welcome.
This is good. Welcome.
Welcome to the Gin Club. So we're just talking, burbling on as we do, because we've just been to London.
But this is our test pattern mode. We sort of just burble until we get enough people on to taste the gin. So we just sort of talk.
I feel like I should be wearing wouldn't it be good to have a test pattern jumper? That would be very cool.
What? You didn't take it off?
No, you just zoom out on it.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that would be good.
Like a test pattern bloodshot eyes or something.
Oh, I'm glad you're excited to learn about London Dries. What I'm really excited about, to be honest with you, Lisa, is to hear Ross say that he's excited about London Dries because there is nobody who has been more disparaging about London Dry gins than Ross. So it'll be good to hear him actually...
Well, my problem with London dry gins is, as I've said a million times, is that every year you turn around, there's another couple of hundred of the bloody things, and they're all the same. You have a tasting of 5, and they're all like hard to tell the difference.
I think we are getting to a point where Australians are no longer making London dry gins. There are hardly any in a new range.
No,
we went through that phase.
No, but all the Australian gins are. There's some common factors in all this. You sort of see the pepperberry.
Yes.
The native pepperberry, strawberry gum. What are the other ones? There's
lemon myrtle.
Lemon myrtle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And those tend to turn up in pretty much most Australian gins these days.
Which stops them really being London Dries because they've got more going on.
Yeah, and and then they start adding other things like desert lime or.
So explain what a London Dry is, because Lisa wants to learn.
London Dry. Well, it's the basic stock and standard gin. So
but it wasn't the first gin, because it was Old Tom was the style before London Dry.
Yes.
So why did they go from Old Tom, which I frankly think is a much more interesting style gin, to London Dry? Why did they do that?
I'm really not sure. It was just something that happened. It was one of those fashions where everyone would be drinking Old Tom, which was back in the the days of the gin. What was it? It was before they taxed it all, because it had huge drinking problems, and it was all around bathtub gin and stuff like that. So that's what happened to Old Tom. It got labelled with the bathtub gin sort of backstreet knockoff crap.
Okay.
And then when they tried to clean the industry up, they put taxes in place and made them licensed venues and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And in that process, London Dry was born, which was different from the Old Tom. And that
so much work to stop people getting drunk, isn't it really?
Yeah. Anyway. So
interestingly, we were just in Edinburgh and we tasted Edinburgh gin has an Old Tom style, which is a limited edition, unfortunately, so we can't stock it. But that was we did buy a bottle, so that was that was interesting. So it was interesting to see that some people are still making Old Tom gins. So that was good. So we don't really know where the London Dry came from. And do we know what characterises a London Dry gin then?
Juniper, orris root, cassia, blah,
Right.
blah. There's 5
Okay.
things. And they just have them in slightly different proportions, so it can be pretty boring.
Josh is on.
Yeah. I think we've got a quorum, so we can actually start getting excited.
Okay.
Jensen's.
You're not supposed to read the label.
No.
You're supposed to know. It was a long time ago.
A long time ago. Anyway.
We did choose these after we got on and off planes. Before we got on and off planes.
Yeah.
All right. It's an interesting style bottle though, Jensen's. It's quite a modern looking gin, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the thing that characterises all these 3 is they've gone back to original recipes.
Okay.
Instead of just sort of trying to copy everyone else, they've gone back to...
Yep.
That's the big standout with these. So
That's quite a lot of gin. But that's okay.
Oh. Sorry, I'm just...
He's not sorry at all. He's the one who's got to drive, so it's fine by me.
Yeah, so in the instance of these, they all went back to sort of older original recipes and tried to sort of like refine, or find where they had come from, as opposed to sort of moving forward. This is a small batch distiller. They sort of don't make gallons of.
What I find interesting about this one, given that it's a London Dry, is it's not desperately juniper forward. It's got a bit of floral stuff happening, I think. It's not it's not just juniper. It's not like Juniper Freak or Anther or...
Yeah, but it's English, so it tends to be a bit more restrained.
No, I understand that, but it's not, given it's only got a number of different botanicals to play with, it does actually smell, I think, quite...
Floral?
I think it's a bit floral. There's no lemoniness or anything like that to it. I don't know what kind of floral. Not very helpful. Do you get anything in particular?
No, but it's not. There's a citrusy thing there that's not orange. Maybe it's more of sort of a. Even we need Liz on. I'm thinking it's kumquat.
Kumquat. Liz is on. Lisa Reed says musk stick. I'm going to actually hop back when I have time in my dotage. I'm going to hop back through Facebook and see how often somebody says musk stick. Quite often, I reckon. Why is that doing that? Oh, it's blue tack's wearing off.
Stop.
Ask not for whom the sign swings. The sign swings for thee. I want to see if I can taste something a bit more.
So we're both a bit shot. We're both getting over a cold, so it's a bit of a...
I'm fine.
My taste buds are all over the
It's
place.
got a really interesting mouthfeel. Got a nice sort of smooth texture. Sort of coats the tongue. It's quite delicious. That is not what I would expect from a London Dry texture.
This reminds me of every time I've tasted this gin. This is a really nice gin.
It is really nice gin.
There you go. I've got to eat my own words. London Dry. This is a really, really nice gin.
Unquote. You heard it here first.
I think it'd make a ripper martini.
That is what they say. They say that it's the perfect martini gin.
Yeah, that's just a...
So we might have to make one when we get home. I don't think we'll have one
bugger.
here.
Oh, wow. That's a cracker. Anyway,
Really good.
Ice, please.
Now, I'm going to use my fingers here because the ice is a bit tricky. It's a bit crusty. And our secret hideaway fridge has been working overtime. Oh, I can see a bottle of vermouth there. But anyway, we have to drive home. We'll make a martini when we get home. Oh.
Well, the ice does calm down the alcohol a little bit, but essentially it's just what it was. Now it's still just
Yeah, it doesn't smell any
more
different.
martini-ish than it did before.
Oh, gosh, that's delicious. I really like the texture. I'm going to go... What are you going to do tonic-wise? I'm going to go dry, I think.
Are we going to go with garnish next?
Could do, yeah.
We usually do that next.
Okay, all right. I'm going to go strawberry.
Strawberry.
And
I thought lemon and...
orange.
I've tried this with lemon, lime and orange. I think it works with all of them, but I recall liking lemon.
I think that's lime. This is lemon.
Jesus. Okay, out you come.
It's a bit hard to tell.
This is mixology 101.
Because stick your finger in,
stick your finger and wiggle it.
Very, very classy. Nobody can ever say we're not classy. Well, they can.
They have.
They do. I do. Oh, I reckon that's nice with orange and strawberry.
Lemon's good. Lemon is really good.
Liz, of course, is having it with frozen kumquat. I knew that even without reading the comments on screen.
Frozen kumquat and fresh strawberry. Well, Liz Hayes,
Go you.
Go you.
I'm with you, Lisa Reid. I think that the strawberry really works with that. I don't think it's musk flavour because I personally can't stand musk sticks myself. But I
And there's a slight hint of aniseed on the finish.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, so your palate's coming back to you.
Yeah. I can. I'm now getting the licorice on the finish. Remember, and every time that it does that, I go, "It's done that to me before." This gin. It's like it's just
it does too. You're quite right.
Right at the back, and then you start out. Oh.
It's got quite a lot of body to it though. I think I'm going to go with Cappy Dry myself.
Okay, yeah, I'm with you on that one. Yeah, just a spludge.
I think it's really interesting how much flavour there is in that one. Well, I don't like it as much with tonic as I'd liked it on its own, but it doesn't actually get in the way of the flavour, does it? I think that just tastes like a slightly longer, less alcoholic, bubbly version.
No, it's good.
I like that. That's really nice. What did everybody else think? Do we like that one? I like that one. If somebody told me that was a London Dry, I'm not entirely sure I'd believe them.
Well, it
I know it is.
ticks all those boxes.
Because it says so. Now, Hayman's.
Hayman's. Well, Hayman's is probably, I wouldn't say it led the charge when it came to these, all is old is new again kind of thing. But back about 20 years ago when they decided that gin was coming back and they'd been making gin for, I don't know, forever, they decided to revamp a few things and then they realised it was coming back so big they needed a bigger premises. So they moved premises to a bigger bespoke distillery. And in the process of moving, they found all their old records in one of the archive rooms.
As you do.
And going to the old records, they found all the original recipes. So they were one of the first people to resurrect Old Tom gin.
Ah, they make a nice Old Tom actually.
And they made it from the original recipes from the 1870s or 80s or whenever it was.
Okay.
And then they went through and they pulled out all the old recipes and went and said, well, okay, this is what we have been making, but let's have a crack at all these old recipes. So they've all...
So this is the London Dry from the original recipe?
Yep.
Cool. I do like an original.
So they kind of started they started the first person to make Old Tom in sort of 80 years or something, etc. etc.
Lisa Reid likes Jensen's too. Good woman. She's a woman of taste, if not discretion. Taste and discernment. Is I think the phrase.
Taste and discernment, yes.
See, that smells quite different. Still not getting lots of juniper.
No, you won't.
I'm just interested.
I think we're probably used to we do taste so many and drink so many Australian gins.
That have so much juniper.
Yeah, we just tend to be juniper forward. Trying to get it to open up. Come on, open up, you little sausage.
I get a bit of vanilla on the back.
I haven't got that far. I'm still. No, I'm just getting it's just a nice gin smell. I'm not really getting anything standing up.
Specific.
Yeah.
Pacific. Again, it's got a really nice mouthfeel. Similar to the Jensen's, you get that sort of slight oiliness that sort of coats the palate.
Oh, I'm getting some green flavours in the middle there. Some coriander or orris or whatever it might be. And juniper in the middle palate.
Much more juniper in the middle palate and the back than there is at the front.
Yeah.
It's quite hard to bury juniper, really. It often is very punchy at the front. Yeah?
Yeah.
Lisa says it's got a bit of a pepper buzz to it, but not in the flavour. I agree, you can't taste it. But there is a bit in the smell. Aroma. I think that's a bit more lemony for me. Interestingly, when we were in the UK, a couple of things that I noticed, and some of which we posted, so bear with me if you've already read the stuff on Facebook. There are a couple of bars that actually listed what their gins were and what the tonics were that you mixed with them and the garnishes that went with them. I really like that idea because I think it helps people get access to new gins that they haven't really tried.
And everything's not just Schweppes with lime or Schweppes with lemon.
There was no lemon of any kind. It was always lime. And then your tonic comes in a little bottle on the side, with a couple of exceptions where somebody just went, ugh. But no post mix. So that was good. Good tonic. Good tonic is a good thing. I'm a bit
Well,
more...
it seems silly to spend $80 or $90 on a bottle of gin and then use cheap, shitty tonic.
It does. We actually even had, in Old Town in Edinburgh, we had a gin and tonic that had Schweppes with it. Schweppes tonic in a tiny little bottle like this big.
And it actually had
real quinine in it, and it wasn't anywhere near as sweet as ours, was it?
No, it was quite different.
It was quite
a different.
I still prefer Fever Tree, but it was by far the best Schweppes tonic I've ever had, I think. So.
Because we had to look twice.
No, and I see that makes a substantial difference. I think ice in this one really opens it up. I think I'm going lime and strawberry.
Ooh.
Because I can. So there.
I was tempted to go orange with this.
Okay.
I don't know why. Or lemon.
We're not over endowed with orange here. That's nice.
I'll go with lemon again, I think.
Mind you, the dried garnishes take a while to
rehydrate a bit, get the oils moving.
I made a spritz last night using some of our dried blood orange, and it was great. But half an hour in, it was you really got the flavour out of the garnish, and it was much punchier than actually I think a slice of fresh would have been. So I think obviously the trick is, if you're going to use dried ones, usually is to actually put it in the alcohol
as soon as possible,
and then even if you don't have the drink for half an hour or so, then you can mix it with other things later on. Anyway, but you want to be damn sure about what you're doing, otherwise you might well have just ruined your drink.
Lemon works.
Lime and strawberry works.
There you go. Can I try the normal tonic, please?
You may.
Because the other thing that the lemon and the ice does bring out that juniper in the middle palate. And a pepperiness, as Lisa would point out.
I can taste the pepper now with the garnish, but I couldn't taste it before. Don't know what everybody else thinks, but I liked it. I think I've lost it now.
Oh, mine's perfect.
Is it?
Yeah.
Mine's nice, but I've lost all of the complexity.
No, this is...
Really?
Yeah, it's rocking and rolling, that one.
I still think you've lost the complexity to it.
Oh, no. Oh, I want to drink lots of that.
It's a nice gin. It's a really nice gin. How many of the Haymans do we have in range? A couple?
3 or...
I could stick my head out the door and have a look.
There's some Old Tom, there's some of that. There's one of the other
I'll be back.
You'll be back?
I'll be
Hopefully
back.
they're all together.
That never happens.
That never happens. Oh dear. We should do an Old Tom tasting at some point just to have fun with that. That would be good. That would be good fun. And you know, that flows on. If you have an Old Tom, you have a Tom Collins. But anyway, or maybe you could just have Old Tom as it is. Now, once upon a time, we had a strawberry tonic. Gee, thinking of the past. And that used to go well with Old Tom gin as well. What have you found?
Except the strawberry tonic. The strawberry tonic went off. It didn't last long. Well, somebody drove a forklift through quite a bit of it, so we wound up with a lot less of it than we'd actually paid to import in the first instance. Interestingly, the other Haymans that we have is the Old Tom, so we might do a tasting at some point. Include that, I think. And the slow gin, which is of course a completely different kettle of fish, but lovely labelling, lovely bottling. I think it's really attractive. I like them.
Anyway,
there you go. That's the Haymans. What do we think?
I like it. I think it's good. I think it's good.
I can't really see what people are replying to. Liz Hayes said that would be fab. An Old Tom tasting. I assume that's what you're referring to. Yes, I agree with you. Now we're in the East London. Ta-da.
East London. Now there's some interesting things. This is sort of a bit of...
Why has it got an upside down horse on it?
This is by a couple of
Is that making a horse sound?
London bartenders.
Right.
Got together, decided they wanted to make a gin. And they made a number of different things. They made a gin and a rum. They basically made one of each of the things they want to mix with.
Oh, okay.
So the idea with this has been like their go-to gin behind the bar, so it would go well.
Like the cafe guys making tonic.
Yeah. So this is specifically, it would be good for gin and tonic, good for a Negroni, good for martini, just
heaven
across the board gin.
Right.
The other thing they would is make it easy. They used a wine bottle.
Ah, I didn't realise that.
Etc. 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 So they had to
Makes life cheaper.
They had to play around with they just thought that then they could be all the same, so they could and they stand out because they're all.
Yes.
And in a box of 6, it's so much.
In a box
Box of 6, so it's so much easier to deal with.
It is.
That's the other thing you find with these 6 odd-shaped bottles, and all these weird different boxes, and when you come back to wine, everything's in roughly the same shape.
Which we're very, very happy about.
Yeah. So.
A box that is the same shape and stacks is a box that we like.
That's why they went that way, so we're practical. So
I like these guys already.
Yeah.
I like these guys already.
And they have as I say, they have a rum, and they have a gin, and they have a vodka, and they have a da-da-da.
Oh, actually, now you've mentioned I've seen the rum.
Yeah.
Yes.
And all the same recipe. It was something that's like, if they had it on the bar, and someone said, "Can I have a gin and tonic?" And you went, "Oh, which one will I? Oh, that one will do the Negroni as well."
Okay.
So it's a little bit
flexible.
They wanted something that was
adaptable.
Yeah.
Universal.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
But still had character. They weren't going bland here. So.
Okay. Well, interestingly, that's the one with the most juniper forward, I reckon. That's what I reckon.
Oh, yeah. You smell the first thing you pick up is the juniper.
Look at me, pretending I know something. In fact, I can't get a lot else. Oh no, there's a bit of cardamom in there. Can you get cardamom in there? That's not in those ones. I hope I'm not wrong.
Yeah, there you go. It says it's got cardamom in it.
These ones don't. $18.63 Haymans. It's pretty cool. juniper, citrus. There you go. We were right. There was citrus in that one. Doesn't say what. A subtle warmed spice. There we go.
There should be orris and there should be angelica and there should be coriander as well. So you know.
So I can get.
Yeah, the cardamom is there, Vivian. You're right.
I can get. That's it. That's it for me. I can really only get juniper and cardamom. So I've got one at the front and one at the back.
Which I reckon when we taste it, it'll be a bit more. There'll be something else in between. But when we put the ice in, it'll all just.
Do you think?
Yep, I reckon.
Can't write that down. This is why you need to do stuff live, right? Tasting notes are no good because you can't write down.
Well, you have to come up with words I don't have.
I do, but nobody would understand them. Okay, the one thing I think that these three things have in common is they have a really good mouthfeel that you don't get from Gordon's and Tank and those things. There's
I think the thing that stands up there is they have better quality base spirit, probably.
Yeah, okay, probably that's it.
You know, they're not using.
Now I'm not getting a juniper punch though in the palate. It's really nicely blended. I like that. Isn't that interesting? They're very different. Okay.
But I can see how this would make a good Negroni and make a good martini.
Yep. Although I have to say, before we went away, I was playing around with Negronis, as you do, and I've decided the perfect Negroni is made with Shiraz gin myself. Don't knock it till you've tried it. We might have a Negroni tasting.
That's on the list.
Is it?
Yeah.
What a surprise. I might need to do that when nobody has to drive. Because I've also discovered that one Negroni is, of course, for those of us who were forced to do Latin, plural. But you know, it isn't, but it is. Negrona, Negroni. Anyway, Negronus, Negroni, maybe, who knows. Anyway, but one Negroni is good, two Negroni is great, three Negroni, no. I think Liz and I are in agreement on this one. The first Negroni is amazing. The second Negroni is a revelation. The third Negroni is almost always a mistake. Although what I did do when we were away is...
oh, I'm getting the coriander now.
Yep, I get a lot more green flavour with the ice. And the juniper's calm. All right, I'm going to go orange and strawberry again, I think.
Well, it has lemon and grapefruit in the mix.
Oh, does it? Does that mean I've stuffed it up?
I don't know.
Possibly. I think maybe I should have done orange in the Haymans. That might have been a thing. So what I did do while we were away was I did a spagliato, which is the Campari and vermouth and Prosecco.
So it's like a Negroni spritz.
And it's delicious. Nobody had any idea what I was talking about, but once I got them to make one, and once I gave them one, everybody thought it was a really good idea. But it's a big deal in Italy, needless to say.
Oh yeah, yum. Yum, yum, yum.
Mine's nice too. What did you put in yours?
Just lemon.
Can I try that one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's quite a different drink. In fact, that's now a completely different drink. I'm going to go this one. You probably want to go that one.
How did you know?
Because that's the way it would go. Oh, got something floating in mine. A bug. Oh, who knows? So I've gone with orange and strawberry and Cappy Dry. And Ross has gone with lemon and Fever Tree Standard.
And it works well.
Oh, that's delicious. Well, there you go.
This is also delicious. I think this is one of those gins like it just rocks.
I think they all rock, to be honest.
Yeah.
I would be very pleased to have any of those. Surprisingly, I have all three. There you go. Lucky me. Lucky us.
Oh, Christine Falcon is on. Hello, Christine.
Hi, Christine. How are you? So, what was everybody's favourite? It's a bit of a moot point there. I think
they're all pretty good. I'd have to say
I think maybe the Jensen's for me.
the Jensen's for you. I think the Hayman's for me, but I'm pretty impressed with the East London. I've always been impressed with the East London. It's so versatile. So it's just like, that's a really good one. This, Vivian's mix is good. My mix is good. I can see how it would go well in the Negroni, etc.
Yeah, this is definitely Jensen's is definitely a martini gin.
Yeah.
Not entirely sure that one Negroni might not be quite something enough. This would do all of those things, I think. What you say? There you go. So let us know what you think. East London, thank you, Josh.
Josh is with the East London.
Yeah.
Lisa's with the East London.
Lisa Carey's with East London.
Woohoo!
Cool. Okay. There you go. Interesting stuff. All right. So now we come to the time of the evening where we normally tell you what we're going to do next month. And next month, we're not going to have an online tasting. In fact, this is going to be the last of our regular online tastings like these, because we've decided, what the hell, we need to see people in person. Now, the first Thursday of November is, as you'll all be aware, in Cup Week, as it has always been. So we've decided to go for the second Thursday. So it will be Thursday the 10th of November, and we're going to do an event in person. So because this is the last of the online ones, we will actually stop your subscription, but we will put an invite out for the in-person tasting, and we'll do an in-person tasting on the 10th of November. And what we have planned is, we'll have to work out how many people we can fit in, but what we have planned is that we have, as some of you will be aware, an enormous number of gins open because of this kind of arrangement, and some of which you will have tasted, some of which you won't have, some of which you'll have tasted ages ago, some of which you think I'd like to have another one of those. So we're going to have, basically, we're just going to clean up. So we will put tickets for that online shortly, and that will be on Thursday the 10th of November. So it will not be the usual subscription, it will be a different price, and we will let you know how that goes. Hope you can all come. That would be fabulous, particularly for those of you who we haven't actually done a tasting with in person. That would be kind of cool. And it will be, we'll have some groups of, there'll be groupings of fruit gins and all sorts of other bits and pieces. It will be gin.
Well, I was trying to work out how many we've got on the go at the moment, and it's sort of at least 40, so.
Well, I can't fit them all on the sideboard. There you go. This is really what we're talking about. So we will do that. So we'll have some nibbly things, and we will have lots of gins and lots of tonics and lots of mixes and lots of conversation. And
we expect lots of conversation. We want to know what happens
then
next.
We want to
discuss.
Now
we can actually, we're sort of talking about it with everybody. It's like, yeah, well, we only went this online thing is because we couldn't do it in person, but now we can do it in person.
So we've had a fabulous time, but we think it's time for us all to get back live. So the plan is still to have an event every month. It may be gin, it may not be gin. We'll see how we go.
Be guided by everybody.
But we will be guided by you. So if you want to give us some input, please sign up and come on the 10th of November. And if you can't come on the 10th of November, give us your input anyway, because we will definitely be interested in what everybody thinks. So thank you very much for being part of the Gin Club and the online tastings for the last year.
Yeah, over a year.
Yeah, more than that. So it's been fabulous. We're also moving out of our little hideaway, which none of you know where it is. So that doesn't mean anything to you, but it does mean that we will have more bottles open that we need to get rid of. So there'll be a bit of work going on. So that's the plan. So put it in your diary now for Thursday the 10th of November. I will put an invite out on Facebook, and feel free to invite other people to come. And we will be inviting more people who have been to other tastings and other things before. Let everybody know. It won't be huge. I can't think off the top of my head how many people we can fit in, but we'll work that out.
I think we like the good old days back.
It'll be like the tastings we used to have in store. So we'd be at 20 or
between 12 and 20, I reckon.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So it should be good fun, and it's a good chance for you all to get to meet each other in person if you haven't met already, and for you to catch up. And frankly, we all just need to catch up in person, because I think this has been great. We will still do online tastings. We'll do a tasting hopefully every month from here on in, but how they work and what they are will be determined by what it is you think will work, and what we think we've got to offer. So some of them will be online, some of them will be in person, some of them will be, and we need to find venues and all of those.
Venues is the biggest discussion, because that's what's been holding us back for a while, is getting the right venue.
Yes, so we have a venue.
And I've been hanging back because I've got to deal with Fossies with their new distillery and bar, etc. in Lygon Street, but there's been one god awful hold up after another. So they've finally got the licence through this week, but they still haven't got the health certificate for the kitchen. La 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 la.
Or the still. Anyway, we're not going to Fossies on the 10th of November. We are going to do it elsewhere. So we'll let you know all of that. So but spring, changes in the air, all good. So thanks very much for coming, and thanks very much for spruiking. Thanks very much for being online and chatting. It has been at various times one of the things that has kept us all going. It's been fantastic. So it's been great, and we look forward to seeing you on the 10th of November in real life, IRL, as they say.
That's right, but SOS, save our sanity.
So that's it from me, and we'll
catch
catch up with
her.
We'll catch up with you in November.